You're about to feel better in 15 seconds. Not tomorrow, not after a vacation. 15 seconds from now, if you actually do what I'm about to show you. Most people think happiness is something that happens to them. A good day, a win, a compliment, but your brain doesn't work like that. It runs on tiny triggers, and almost nobody knows where they are. Here's the first one, and it sounds too small to matter. Name 3 things, right now, that are true and good. Not big things, small ones. The coffee is warm, the chair is comfortable, someone texted you back today. Your brain doesn't care about the size. It cares about the act of noticing. Psychologist Robert Emmons spent years studying gratitude, and what he found wasn't what people expected. It wasn't that happy people have more good things happen to them. It's that they notice the good things that were already there. The noticing is the trick, not the circumstance. Here's why this works so fast. Your brain has something called a negativity bias. It's built to scan for threats first, because for most of human history, missing a threat could kill you. Missing a good moment just meant you felt a little less warm. So your brain defaults to scanning for what's wrong. Gratitude interrupts that scan. It forces your attention somewhere else on purpose, and that redirection alone changes your chemistry within seconds. You don't have to feel amazing to do this. You just have to look. Try it silently right now. 3 things. Go. Did you notice something shift? Even slightly? That's not a coincidence. That's your nervous system responding to a signal. You sent it on purpose. Here's the second trick, and this one is even stranger, because it works backwards. You've always assumed you smile because you're happy. What if it also works the other way? There's a concept called the facial feedback hypothesis, studied for decades in psychology labs. Your facial muscles don't just express emotion. They send signals back to your brain about what emotion you're supposed to be having. When you physically smile, even without a reason, your brain receives a piece of evidence. Something good must be happening. Why else would this face be doing this? It sounds almost too simple to be real. But researchers have run this experiment again and again, having people hold a pen between their teeth to force a smile-like expression without telling them why. And the people whose faces were forced into that shape rated cartoons as funnier than the people whose faces weren't. Your brain isn't lying to you. It's just responding to whatever data you give it. And a smile is data. So right now, for 2 seconds, smile. A real one. Teeth, if you want. Feel your cheeks lift. That tiny movement just told your amygdala something important. Threat level, low. Situation, safe enough to enjoy. This is why actors sometimes report feeling genuinely lighter after playing a happy scene, even on a hard day. The face came first. The feeling followed. You're not waiting for happiness to arrive before you're allowed to smile. You can send the signal first and let your brain catch up. Now here's the third trick, and it's the one almost nobody uses, because it feels backwards in a different way. It asks you to give something away. Psychologist Sonia Lyubomirsky ran a study where people were given a small amount of money and told to spend it. One group spent it on themselves. The other group spent it on someone else. By the end of the day, the people who spent it on someone else reported feeling significantly happier, even though the amount of money was identical. This isn't about generosity as a virtue. It's about brain chemistry. Acts of giving activate the same reward circuitry as receiving something good yourself. And, in some studies, the effect lasts longer, because the moment doesn't fade the way a purchase does. You can't replay buying a coffee for yourself and feel it again. But you can replay the look on someone's face when you did something small for them, and it still works days later. This doesn't require money. A genuine compliment does the same thing. So does sending someone a message telling them you're thinking of them for no reason at all. Scientists call this the helper's high, and it's not a metaphor. It's measurable. Oxytocin rises. Dopamine rises. Even blood pressure tends to briefly drop. Here's what ties all three of these together, and it's the part your brain has been hiding from you this whole time. None of these tricks require anything to change in your life. Not your job, not your relationship, not your bank account. They work on your nervous system directly, in the moment, regardless of your circumstances. That should feel almost unfair. Circumstances take months or years to change. These take 15 seconds. So why doesn't everyone already know this? Because your brain isn't designed to remind you. It's designed to keep scanning for problems, which means these tools have to be used on purpose, deliberately, again and again, until they become the thing your brain reaches for automatically instead of the thing it has to be told to do. Think about how many times today your brain has already scanned for something wrong. A slow reply, a bad traffic light, a comment that stung a little. Now think about how many times it scanned, on its own, for something small and good. That imbalance isn't your fault. It's just how the system was built. But now, you know where the switch is. 3 things you're grateful for. 1 smile you send before you feel it. 1 small act of giving that expects nothing back. Each one takes about 15 seconds. Each one works on contact. You don't need a better life to start feeling better. You need a brain that's been shown where to look, and now yours has. So here's the real question. Not whether this works. You already felt it work a few minutes ago when you tried it. The real question is whether you'll actually use it the next time your brain starts scanning for what's wrong. You're about to feel better in 15 seconds. The only thing left is whether you choose to.